Am I the astronaut for wearing a gold dress to a wedding? Before we get started here, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts right off the rip here? Is it a faux pas to wear gold to a wedding? There's mixed reviews here. Is it okay? I thought it was just white too. No red, no white. Gold is fine. Oh, red is probably a no-go too. I don't know. I don't go to a lot of weddings though because I'm a hermit. We're hermits. Candy Thunder and I, we're hermits. Okay. Color gold. Color gold, I think. All right, here we go. I will link the dress. We'll see. I put gold in quotation markers because I think it's more bronze orange, but maybe I'm splitting hairs and I am the astronaut. Some context, my 30 female best friend Dan, 30 male, got married to Lauren, 27 female, yesterday. Me and Dan have been best friends since high school, and despite always being platonic with no romantic interests on either side, his now wife Lauren has always disliked me. Okay. In their 3 years of dating, I have not been allowed to see Dan alone because she feels that it's suspicious that I want to hang out with him. Honestly, I just missed my friend. Despite me being happily married, she's always kept me at arm's length. I always figured this was because she's from a very conservative family. Dan has spoken to her multiple times after she'll back off for a little bit before reverting to complaining about him being friends with a girl again. It's not ideal, but she makes Dan happy, so I made my peace with it. That brings us to the wedding. Originally, I was going to be in the groom's party, but Lauren ended up crying, saying a wedding is not a place to swap gender roles. Dan was fighting her on this, but I told him I'll just attend as a guest and not to choose this hill to die on. The dress was warm tone garden party, and we were encouraged to wear earthy, warm colors. I picked out a bronze/orange dress that I thought would fit this perfectly, and the style even matched some examples they gave. In short, I thought I had nailed it. The wedding went great. However, at the reception, Laura dragged me aside and said, "I cannot believe you would wear gold to my wedding. You're not the first prize. You're just f***ing trashy." Okay. I was so shocked in the moment that I just stared at her. She practically screamed at me to leave, and she was drawing attention, so I grabbed my husband, said goodbye to Dan, and left. Dan reached out after and told me he was upset I left his wedding so soon. Lauren's mom has texted me saying I ruined the wedding for her daughter, and I'm stupid for wearing a gold dress. She's saying it's as bad as wearing white. I was genuinely not aware that this was a thing. I want to reach out to Dan to explain, but I don't know if I'm in the wrong here. Am I the astronaut? Nope, it is not about the dress. It ain't the dress. It wouldn't have mattered if you wore a black dress. It wouldn't have mattered if you wore a green dress with flowers on it that said floral garden party on it. It wouldn't matter what it was. She would have found a way to make this a problem. It's not the dress. It's you, honey. This girl is so insecure whenever it comes to you, which has got to, OP has to be threatening in some way. Opie is either attractive or they have a close friendly bond. Maybe they laugh about stuff that OP doesn't get. I don't know, but they have something that she doesn't have and she's very, very insecure about. This is a her problem, OP. It wouldn't have mattered. Would not have mattered at all. And I hope you told Dan what she pulled you aside and said. He was mad because you left. Does he know why you left? Does he know that he's married to an insecure harpy? Does he know? What's need to see the dress? I need to see the dress too. Dude, this was not about the dress. Hold up. Here we go. There you go. There's the dress. There it is. That's the dress, everybody. Wore this to a wedding. Got called trashy. Said to leave because she wasn't the first prize. Yeah, I'm gonna call bullshit on that. It was not about the dress. This had nothing to do with the dress at all. Nah, not a gosh darn thing to do with the dress here, honey. But I'm also not a lady, so ladies could be considered too revealing. Marble City Mom Meow, so it's not about it being gold. It is bronze orange. I mean, nothing wrong with that dress, and it isn't gold. Angel, yeah, she was intimidated. She's insecure. She was insecure about you for a long time anyway, so that's not a surprise. I truly do not believe it would have mattered what you wore. It wouldn't have. She's clearly threatened by your appearance because the dress wouldn't have been an issue otherwise. She clearly thinks that her husband's going to look at you and just lust after you. Like your friendship boundaries mean nothing, apparently. But that, I think, says more about her than it does about him, or that it says about you. If she is that insecure, either she's been cheated on badly before and just has some serious trust issues when it comes to that department, and her man having female friends, or she has done it, which has guilt projecting, right? So it's one of the two things. She's got to have a reason for doing it. Doesn't excuse her treating you like this, but you got to tell Dan. You got to tell Dan what kind of bullshit she's pulling here. It is. This is ridiculous. And I think we've already said it, but we're going to say it again. This is NTA. This is NTA for wearing a gold dress to a wedding. I don't know. OP's comments here says, that's hard to answer. We're two totally different people. I think we're both attractive in our own way. I am your Barbie stereotype, 5'11", blonde hair with a six-pack. She's a petite brunette bombshell with a beautiful tan and a full figure. I'm also a good 2 inches taller than Dan, hence he's not my type. I'm not his, so it's comparing apples to oranges, but I do get your point. Okay. She just called herself the Barbie stereotype. She's got an issue with her appearance. It is an insecurity. Where that's rooted, it could be a variable answer, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where it's rooted. It doesn't matter why she's insecure. The fact that she is mistreating you because of her problem is her problem. But you got to let Dan know and be like, do you know what your bride said to me? OP needs to tell her friend exactly what the wife said to her. The bride told her to leave. Exactly. Hubby's upset that you left, or your friend Dan is upset that you left. Well, tell her why. Tell him why. Words are hard. Tell him why. Why did the mother-in-law even have OP's phone number? Oh, I'm sure. I am sure. I'm sure that the bride made sure she gave it to her.